Hello everyone, Crash here, this is RTA Motorsports. Today I finally got to try the new Meta Quest 3 and I'm going to talk about how you can as well. Here we go. All right, everyone, before we jump into how you can test the Meta Quest 3 and how I actually got the chance to test the Meta Quest 3, let's go into some of the specs of the new headset. Now, this is the Quest 2, and I'm just holding it because I just jumped out of this headset just to get a reference point as to what I just experienced. All right, as far as storage goes, we do have two models. We have the 128 and the 512 gigabyte version. The 128 is $499, the 512 is $649. Kind of a huge memory gap there. I kind of hope they eventually come up with a 256. I think that would be a nice means to kind of split the two, but that's what we're going to be getting as far as a launch. If you do go for the 512, I think you also get like a free subscription service for a year or something like that. There's something kind of thrown in there to try to sweeten that deal. The headset itself weighs about the same. You do get their new pancake lenses, an increased FOV of 110 degrees. We're going to have to test that once we actually get the physical headset in the studio here. DRAM, it has 8 gigabytes of DRAM. It is running their new Snapdragon XR2 chip, which also has a lot more power in it. There's a lot of marketing towards the increase in not only pixel density for their new panels that they're running, but also increase in the graphical abilities of this headset running that new XR chip. Now, when I was talking about the increase in pixel density, we are now running a screen resolution of 2064 by 2208 per panel per eye. And the reason why I'm saying per panel is because now we do have two individual panels. We also have smooth IPD adjustment. So that was actually a very welcome thing to see. It does have a little scroll wheel on the bottom, which actually feels pretty good. And from what I understand, it goes anywhere between 59 all the way up to 70. And then there's a little bit of a wiggle room there because of just how big the sweet spot is on those lenses, where you could go up to 75 or down below 59, from what I understand. Now, my IPD is 67. I dialed it to 67 and just kind of went through their demo, and it absolutely looked great. So let's talk about how I actually got the chance to test the Meta Quest 3. Well, if you are a subscriber to this channel, you've seen that on my community tab, I just posted some images of the Meta Quest 3 headset, the actual working device at a Best Buy. And it turns out Best Buys throughout the country now have a Quest 3 booth kind of set up, where they do have a working unit that you could hold to your face. You could feel the facial interface material. The only thing you can't do is actually put on a head strap. They removed everything after the two posts that come out. So you do get a chance to hear the audio. You do get a chance to really use the headset. Otherwise, there's no working controllers. You just get to watch a demo. And the demo does go into first, when you first put on the headset, it does show you basically the pass-through, and it's scanning the area that you're standing in. That was pretty neat. I do got to say, pass-through is leaps and bounds above Quest 2. Not only is it color, but depth perception was actually really natural feeling. I wouldn't say the image is true to life. The image is not true to life. There was this weird sort of still kind of graininess to it. I do got to get my physical headset in here and really test that. The graininess wasn't bad. It kind of looked like you were looking almost like as if there was a movie filter kind of placed over everything. It didn't really look like there was a resolution issue. I was able to look at my phone and actually read everything off my phone. Although I wouldn't say it's as clear as just looking at your phone. It wasn't quite that natural, but I don't think you need to lift up your headset anymore to look at your phone, which is actually pretty crazy. The Quest Pro, even that headset, when you put it on, and you're moving your hands and you're looking around your environment, you have this wobbling effect as it's trying to decipher where everything is within 3D space. There really wasn't anything like that. Now, when you're holding the headset up to your head, you are obstructing some of the cameras around the side. And I noticed where my hand was placed, I was obstructing one of the cameras. and I did have sort of a weird distortion effect. Once I repositioned my hands, because there is no head strap on the demo unit, that wobbling went away. As far as not wobbling, the distortion went away on that side, and everything looked absolutely perfect. I went down, I picked up my phone and held it up, and it absolutely looked perfect. There was no distortion, and I felt the depth perception where I could actually reach out and touch something without kind of watching my hand go out to grab it. It just felt natural, and I think this is going to be an absolute game changer. Hopefully, in the sim racing space, we could have some selective pass-through where we now can actually choose our cockpit and overlay that on the virtual car or cockpit if you're doing flight sims. Imagine how amazing that would be, because honestly, truly, I could read my phone just fine. So I don't see any issues with being able to see your controls for your button boxes or anything like that. Hopefully someone creates something like that, because that would be an absolute game changer. And I couldn't see anyone that is in Sims not kind of adopting that then. It would be an absolute mind-blowing experience. So let's go into the lenses. It is the pancake lenses. It is the Quest Pro. Honestly, I believe that was more of a tech demo to kind of show off where they were going. I do believe it is also the same lenses. Absolutely gorgeous lenses. When you put them on, they do look bigger than the Quest 2 lenses. So when you put them on, you do get a little bit more of a sense of immersion. You do actually notice the increase in FOV. It is there. And then the one thing that I did notice too was, as I was watching the demos and things were happening around me, I was a little bit more inclined to just move my eyes naturally. And when you move your eyes from all the way left to all the way right, it is really clear all the way throughout the lens. You're not really kind of feeling this binocular sort of feeling where you always have to turn your head. You can naturally move your eyes. Now, if you move your eyes from left to right, you still can see the edges. It's only 110 degree FOV versus something like Pimax that I have. I have the older 5K Plus, which has over a 200 degree FOV. It's nothing like that, but I gotta say it was definitely a welcome addition to really experiencing that increase in FOV. And if you get that headset really close to your eyes, it is really apparent how much more that FOV really is. And I could really sort of tell within spaces like sim racing, just seeing a little bit more of the trees blowing by, or a little bit more of your environment blowing by, or maybe another car coming up on the inside, is only going to envelop you in that experience a little bit more. Now, it's not a huge FOV difference. It's just now it's making it more of a comparable headset to something like the HP Reverb G2, because now the resolution is very close to that. And to be honest with you, having the pancake lenses versus the Fresnel lenses that this has, that it was an absolutely beautiful, clear experience. Now, the demos that they did show were just regular little like cutscenes and screens and some gameplay here and there. The gameplay looked great. Everything, if the actual gameplay in there now has a graphical fidelity as to what I experienced in the demo unit, mind blown. It's going to be absolutely crazy, but that's only the starting point. From there, they make optimizations into the future. And what are we going to have 6-8 months from now? It's going to look absolutely incredible. But everyone, this was my initial sort of thought of the headset. I'm absolutely blown away, and I'm really excited for October 10th to come around. I did pre-order. I pre-ordered the 128 because really I'm just planning on sort of wirelessly connecting it to my PC and sim racing. Let me know if you are all kind of are going to be jumping into the new MetaQuest sort of headset, and if you have already pre-ordered it, and what version did you pre-order. Let me know in the comment box below. Everyone, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll catch you all next time.